Okay guys, so today I'm gonna analyze LPTH and I'm gonna show you guys what I'm seeing on the charts. But before that, I have to do a disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only. I am not a financial advisor and nothing shared here is financial, investment, tax, or legal advice. I combine technical analysis to form my market views. My analysis is based on price action, market structure, historical patterns, and key fundamental factors. I don't follow hype or narratives. I focus on the charts and the fundamentals are actually showing me so I can put the probability on my side. Markets are risky and this is just my personal opinion. Okay, so now that that is out of our way, I'm gonna start going straight to the charts. So what can we see even before using indicators? So back in the tariff sell-off back in April 2025, we had our low, and from that low, price did a 10x, right? So we did a 10x in approximately, let's say, in 455 days. So just to get some perspective. What else I'm seeing on the chart? Okay, I'm seeing on the weekly time frame, I'm seeing a channel. So we have been on this channel, right? And why do I determine this a channel? Because you connect this pivot to this pivot and you can see clear reactions, so clear rejections, this being a resistance zone. See, we have a clear reaction here, the same to the downside, right? Reaction every time. So this is clearly a channel. So I like to look for different factors that give more weight to my thesis so I can put the probability in my favor. So this is just one factor that I'm seeing. So I normally have my indicators to see where I can find more confluence. So we have been holding really steady on this bull market support band, but the main thing I'm seeing and that it's showing concerning signs would be if I go to a weekly RSI. Let's take this indicator out, go to a weekly RSI just to keep it simple. What am I seeing? I'm seeing here we had higher, so we had a high here, so price is creating a higher high, but we see a lower high on the RSI. So we had one bearish divergence on the weekly time frame. We had a pullback and then see here we had another bearish divergence. So two back-to-back bearish divergence, and see now we're showing a third bearish divergence. So back to back to back bearish divergences. So this tells us something. Momentum to the upside is potentially weakening. I can show you an example with Bitcoin. So with Bitcoin, we had the same thing happening here. After a big run up from the 2022 lows, right? After around 500%, right? We had price make a higher high, but a lower high on the RSI, and the same thing here. Another back-to-back bearish divergence. That's when Bitcoin was, that's why when we broke down here, I was becoming bearish on Bitcoin and different crypto assets, but that's for another video. So I'm just showing you the similarities of what happened in Bitcoin, and see in this time around the RSI hadn't been that low since 2022. So imagine it took around more than 1,000 days for the RSI to fall back down. So if we go now to LPTH, we're seeing similarities. So when was the last time we had that oversold RSI? So more than a thousand days. Of course, you could argue that this time around it was, but still, even from here, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of time, 700 days or so that we haven't had that oversold conditions. but now that we had that, now that we see the 3 back-to-back bearish divergences, let's look for more confluence areas, or where would the resistance level be. So just looking at this, this is the resistance line, but I'm gonna look for more factors. If I take Fibonacci extensions, which is one of my favorite tools to find confluences, basically I mark this one, might mark this one. Okay, from this pivot high to this pivot low, it gives me key Fibonacci areas where we can get a resistance zone. So let's delete this one. Now let's do it from a different pivot high. From this pivot high to this pivot low, let's mark the other one. So we have another area here. So now from this pivot high to this pivot low, we marked another one. See? So from each high to low, I'm using to find confluence and finding key Fibonacci extensions from different pivot points aligning in the same zone. So that's how I look for confluence. Okay, and let's do a last one, which is the smaller one. You can use this one. Okay. Now so this zone in particular has a lot of different Fibonacci extensions from different pivot points, from this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So see, all of them align here. But now I want to add more factors to this. So I normally, on any analysis I do, I just go to a chart, I go to a chart and look for reactions. So I know I can find something here. So see, we connect this, we're price reacted here, 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 here. So that's a key area, right? Let's do the same with here. See how price react here, 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 here. So it touches. So let's put this one here. Okay. I'm gonna mark this one another color. Let's put it red. Let's put this one red. Let's put this one. Okay. So now let's go and see. We have this one. Actually, this one, I'm gonna make it green. Make it green. I'll go back here. Okay, here we're gonna have another one. Okay, so we'll go back here. Okay, so yeah, these ones are the most predominantly, because if price gets here, basically we're gonna have even the red one, and we're gonna have all of the Fibonacci extensions aligning here, plus the divergences, and I expect the RSI to eventually come down once we potentially have our final push to the upside. I really doubt price is gonna be able to break this, and I expect this to potentially start to roll over, because another factor is this ascending channel. So there's ascending channels and there's descending channels. So normally ascending channels tend to break to the downside. So ascending channels tend to break to a downside eventually, and descending channels tend to break to the upside. I could show you some examples on Bitcoin when we had ascending channels, right? So Let's go to a fresh new chart. Okay, see, here we had an ascending channel basically, and we broke to the downside. Boom. The same thing happened in 2021. So here, see this channel, ascending channel, we break to a downside. So yeah, like on LPTH, we have an ascending channel after a big run up. RSI is showing loosening momentum, and we have massive channel resistance overhead. We have Fibonacci areas overhead, and we have just the price structure from this time around, leaving massive supply zones. You could draw it like this. So this is a key zone with massive resistance ahead, coinciding with the channel, with the ascending channel. So all of this is a massive wall, which shows high probability of not breaking to the upside, and this could be a really good time to start taking profits. Hope you liked the video. If you liked the video, follow me, share this, and follow me on